In this video, we're going to show you how to install the outer tie rod end on your Hyundai Elantra located behind your front wheels. Using a 21mm socket, loosen and remove your lug nuts. Remove your wheel and set it aside. Now we're going to use a pair of pliers here to go ahead and loosen our jam nut. With that broken free, we can now go ahead and remove our outer tie rod end and unthread that. Now on the backside behind the axle, you're going to locate your outer tie rod end. Want to go ahead and loosen and remove this next. Now chances are you're going to have a cotter pin here. Want to go ahead and bend the tab out here, or the leg. Now in some cases you're going to find them that they have the two on here. And what I'm going to do is simply kind of straighten these out a little bit. And I'm going to try and remove this here. Now you can use regular pliers if you want. I'm just going to straighten these out. Now I'm using cutters here, and what I like to do is grab the head. Now these are one-time use, so you're going to have to source out a replacement cotter pin. And you pinch and rotate, or pinch and rock the cutters here. You can go ahead and remove the cotter pin. Now sometimes these are rotted or they'll break inside. Simply just break them off flush, and then we're going to go ahead and put our 17mm socket on this. Loosen and remove this. Now I'm going to go ahead and strike the knuckle here. That should go ahead and release the outer tie rod end. Now I want to go ahead and unthread our outer tie rod end here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a 15mm wrench on the inner tie rod, and I'm going to use my pliers here to go ahead and break this free. And there we go, it's loose. The next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and count the rotations it takes to unthread our outer tie rod. So we install the component back on. We want to go ahead and set our preliminary alignment. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this here. All right, 18 turns. Now that was for our particular model vehicle. Yours might be more or less. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use a crayon, and I'm going to write that somewhere so I don't forget it. 18. We're going to go ahead and install this 18 turns, just as our original took to remove it. Go ahead and move our knuckle here to line this up. Now when installing this here, I want to pay attention to the hole in the ball joint stud here. That's where our cotter pin is going to go through. And we want that to line up with the notch on our castle nut. So go ahead and install this here. Using a 17mm socket, I'm going to go ahead and tighten down the ball joint nut here. Let's go ahead and torque this down to 24 foot-pounds. Now our castle nut is blocking the hole for the cotter pin. So what we need to do is go ahead and tighten this down a little bit more. You never want to back off the nut. You will simply tighten down the nut until the notch opens up. Here we go. I'm going to take our cutters here. Go ahead and bend this over. I'm simply going to run it over this side here. I'm going to snip off a tiny bit of the excess and then snip off the tail. We do want to make sure this is good and tight. Once this is tight, I'm going to go ahead and grab our outer tie rod here, and we're just going to rotate it so that it levels off. That's exactly where we want it. So now we're tight here. We have our cotter pin and our nut torqued, and our tie rod end is leveled off. Go ahead and grab your wheel. Good to line that up. I want to go ahead and get all of our lug nuts started by hand first. And then once we get them all started, we're going to come back and snug them all down. Go ahead and torque down your lug nuts to 85 foot-pounds. You preferably want to do this in a crisscross pattern. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.